This is a Les Paul that I built about 10 years ago. And I bought the body and I bought the neck. And then I reconfigured. I cut down this. It was a 6-string, and I rebuilt it as a 12-string because I wanted a 12-string Les Paul. And I had some time on my hands, and so I set out to do it. And by golly, we got her done. It was a long process, and actually very similar to building axes in the sense that every kind of step builds on the next step, and at any turn, you can lose it in the turn. But what I particularly wanted to talk about was the finish on this. And this is, the color on this is done with Aniline Dyes, and basically trans-tint aniline dyes. And then it has about 10 coats of nitrocellulose lacquer on it, and then it was all buffed and polished out. So anyway, what I wanted to do, I had an idea the other day. I thought about exotic axe handles, rainforest wood, exotic wood axe handles. And it's not that I have a problem with them. It's just that it's not me. And Hickory goes all over the world for all kinds of tools, steel tools, to be handled with American hickory. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, I guess, is my kind of philosophy about it. Anyway, I just thought I would bring this into it and show it to you because we're actually going to be dealing with the two colors. There's actually 3 colors. There's a mahogany color on the back, but we're going to concern ourselves with black and a burgundy color. And we're going to be going for Purple Heart. We're going to try to imitate Purple Heart. So I hope you find the video informative, and I really hope that you'll get out there and do it yourself. Get yourself some nitro gloves, because it is, look at that, that's in there for days. So anyway, without further ado, people fall in different places. Some people don't care about preservation of the rainforest woods. Let's be honest. All wood is a finite resource. So we're lucky enough to have the Forest Service here in this country managing our forests, and I think they do a pretty good job considering what they have to do. But in places where much of these rainforest trees are being harvested, it's clear cut, and then we're never getting them back. Some of these trees are really old. It's beautiful wood, but considering the construction of an axe handle with, like, say, a 2-inch palm swell, and we're trying to get around it with laminated palm swells. I've covered laminated palm swells, and in that same, I guess, thought process is a way to achieve the look of an exotic rainforest wood, but yet using a domestic wood and just being clever and saving a rainforest tree. Because I just don't think exotic hardwoods, you can make a handle out of an exotic hardwood. I don't know. I think hickory has proven that it's the best wood suited for axe handles. And what I have just are 3 exotics on the workbench, just so you can get a reference point. And then we're going to go through the process that I use, which this comes out of my guitar making days. But anyway, I'm going to show you these 3 different species for reference, and then we'll dive in real quick to how to achieve a color and make yourself a Purple Heart axe handle without using Purple Heart. We have Purple Heart here. This is a piece of teak. This is Ipe, which they look similar. Anyway, let's get to it. Boom. You're going to need some denatured alcohol, a container, something to cover the container with, nitrile gloves, and last but not least, trans tint. See if we can get that light out of there. These are Aniline Dyes. Now this is all very, very concentrated, and if you get it on you, look at that. That's some of the black. Yeah, it's not coming off of your skin until it wears off. But let's just pull this right out of the bag here. Here's a color that I got that's already in my container. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to figure it out. I'm going to give you a rough framework, and then you're just going to have to buy some dye and just start experimenting. But so I think we could work with that. Might be a touch off, but you can really work with this. You can sand it back. You can adjust the color as you need it. You can put a lighter tone over this. But this is a piece of maple. These are just some, I had another project going on, and I'm just using them as samples now. And actually, I'll show you how to make, in another video, I will show you how to make a scraper out of something thusly. See what I'm getting at, though? I mean, this was less than 5 minutes of farting around. Now, the colors that I use for the Purple Heart are, this is called Bordeaux, and then black. And in my jar, and you can see how I keep these. I mean, if a bottle of one of these blows up or goes, you know, haywire, you're going to have a mess on your hands. And basically what you do, we're talking drops. We're not talking squirts. But I have a mahogany in there, and I have I think it's a lemon yellow. What does it say? Yeah, lemon yellow. So basically, now denatured alcohol evaporates really quickly. So you kind of have to deal with that. There's nothing that I can tell you in this video other than just give you a framework. You're just going to have to experiment with this yourself. But I mean, come on. I mean, that's our other one. But I mean, we're totally in the ballpark with that. And this has been drying. And you can see it's getting a little bit thicker. But basically the way I start with it is I will pour the denatured alcohol in there, and I'll throw a couple of drops in there, and I'll do a sample. You always work with samples. And I just gradually add until I get dark enough. And once I got the purple where I wanted it, Bordeaux where I wanted it, then I was like, well, there's definitely a black element in there. And then that is what got me my purple. So, you know, and I didn't make a whole lot. I was just experimenting, playing with it. Now the mahogany is probably going to get you, and they have browns. You're just going to have to go, and you can get this on Amazon. But, you know, and once you have a palette of colors, you can just start playing around with this. Now, these are excellent for presentation axes and the like, something that's not going to be used. You can put varnish over it. You can put, oh, not varnish. You could put polyurethane over it. You could put lacquer over it. Gonna have to test whether the oils, the linseed oils, and the, you know, to where the dye isn't going to rub off on your hand. I know that the linseed oils and the tongue oils and the blah, 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 blah will go in and soak in and preserve the handle. We just don't want the dye rubbing off on your hands. So more research and development on that. But that's a quick primer, no pun intended, on how to achieve colors on domestic species and not having to first, spend a pile of money on an exotic hardwood. It's protecting the rainforests, which I do believe should be protected. And it's just, it's fun. Final thing I want to do is see how it looks on hickory. And I have not done, I feel pretty confident. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking we just turned a hickory handle into a Purple Heart handle. Now, if you don't mind, varnish on your handle. Or polyurethane on your handle, you'd be set. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to test this out. I'm going to finish this handle and then I'm going to put some boiled linseed oil on it. And obviously this is works best with a rag or a sponge of some sort. But and this is a junk handle, by the way. But you see the Purple Heart wedges back here. And this is hickory. This is a hickory handle with my little concoction. I think we're looking good. Like I said, again, you need to experiment and do lots of samples and get yourself oriented before you grab your handle. This is dry. Like I said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this whole thing, and then we'll let it dry and we'll put the boiled linseed oil on it. We'll let that dry and we'll see how it goes. If it rubs off, because I know most people like an oil finish. But this is as crazy as you want to get with it. You could burn this and then put your dye on it. You can come up with as many variations to this as you want. And, you know, it's just fun. So bringing a little of the guitar building world into the axe building world. I'm liking it. Yeah, everyone take care. And I hope this was helpful. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone that stops by. If you drop by, like and subscribe if you want. There's all kinds of stuff that are going to be going on this year. Just all kinds of shenanigans. We're just getting started here. Anyway, take care. Everybody be kind.